I don't know if I mentioned we was going to Alabama or not. Honey Baby's granddaughter is running in a big track meet, the last one of her college career, over in Birmingham, and that's where we're on the way to. We just crossed the state line into Sweet Home, Alabama. This is a place where, when I was a young buck, I used to drive a truck. Used to come over here, 4 days a week, sometimes 5. Feel right at home here. In fact, we went right by the road over in Winston, Georgia. We actually got off there for gas where I grew up. Maybe when we come back through here, I'll stop in over there, take a run down where our old house used to be, see if it's still standing. Oh, the joy. So when I was a kid, keep in mind I'm 65 years old, I lived in Atlanta. I was born at Crawford Hospital in Atlanta. There's my Honey Baby. I was about to tell my life story. She saved y'all from that.
Part of the Welcome Center doesn't have Alabama stickers.
I know. Well, it's Alabama. I told you about Alabama before we got over here.
Huh?
I told you about Alabama before we got over here.
What?
Well, it's like going back in the past. They hadn't invented them over here yet. They'll get around to it after they figure out everybody else is doing it.
You said they were all bad.
Oh yeah.
I just go to my excuse.
Yeah. Howdy. Good. Yeah, that's lovely.
I guess.
So me and Honey Baby are on our way home, cutting across through Alabama. I stopped in here because this is the site of the old 165 truck stop, and it's called that because this is exit 165. Back in the day, there were various and sundry things that happened here. I know for sure there was a man killed in the parking lot right over there. And there was once a time where a customer in the truck stop who was quite drunk, the waitress said something to him about him not giving her a tip, and he came out and jumped in his car and drove it through the restaurant. So his car went in through right about where that rock wall and that brick wall there come together, and the car went through the restaurant and pushed out the back of the restaurant. And the car was sitting in the restaurant, and the man was standing on the gas, and there were people pinned under the car underneath tables. And there was a truck driver named Easy Rider, who was a real colorful fellow, who climbed in the car, pulled the key out, and dragged the guy out of the car, and then proceeded to bash him around a bit. Easy Rider himself is another interesting story because he was bit between the eyes by a rattlesnake, and it didn't kill him right away. But all his hair fell out, all his teeth fell out, and he had horrible health, and his wife divorced him, and it took about 9 years for him to recover, and about the time he recovered, he died unexpectedly. His brain, he had an extraordinary high fever in the middle of the night and just died. We figured the snake got him. There were other stories that goes along with this place. The looks of the place have changed. Trucks sitting all over the place would be normal, but this Huddle House wasn't here then. There's a motel behind me that was built at a certain point, but it wasn't here originally. Originally, when this was back in the day, this was just a big dirt parking lot on an exit with nothing around, and a bunch of hairy-legged truck drivers who used to stop in here on their way to points west. I just thought I'd stop by and take a picture of it. I'll show this to Mad Dog Bobby when I get back, and there's that.
All right.
All right, we're going to move on.